Hey everybody, it's Neil with the Dashley Gentleman Productions. With me I've got Kyle.
What up everybody?
We've also got our buddy here, Tyler. He's going to be doing the commentating. Say hi, Tyler.
What up? Hello.
So without going too further into this, let's take a look at
Player introduction.
player introductions. Let's see who's all in the league. Go ahead, Tyler.
Check, check. We on there? Yeah, we're live. All right, cool. All right, everybody. That was a very amazing video put together by our very own Neil and the Dastardly Productions. So we'd like to thank, there he is. We'd like to thank him for that.
Heck of a video, man.
But now we got some interviews that we got to roll along with. We'll start with Kyle, Jets.
Let's do it.
All right. So first off, we had some technical difficulties pretty much this whole week with Madden. EA servers shutting down franchise for about 4 days. So how do you prepare for that when you literally can't prepare in franchise?
I'll be honest with you, we were sweating bullets all the way up to about 11:30 last night, trying to figure out what we were going to do to put on a show today. And we knew that we had one option, and the answer was, do we roll with it or not? And that was basically going to be going into an exhibition mode and running with two teams that we had no experience with, that are completely different teams. Overalls are way different. And we were fully committed to that before this morning rolled around and the franchise mode was online. So thank God.
Right. We're all very happy for that. So Reggie White, Fletcher Cox, whole lot of pass rush. What are your plans for that?
Get rid of the ball quick. Okay. Got to get it out. It can't be sitting in the pocket. A lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be on a 3-step drop or running the ball, or coming out of shotgun if the 3-step drop gets rushed. So yeah, it's going to be one of those things. We got an hour in this thing, so you're going to have to feel it out, and hopefully we can get him on that quick slant or an out route, or we can get something to work. And if that doesn't work, then pound the rock up the middle. That's worked all season.
There you go. Yeah. Quick little dinks and dunks. I like it. All right. You both have new X factors. Neil has a new X factor on offense. Jordan Howard. I believe you picked up one with Ross. Was it John Ross that picked one up? So you guys have literally had zero time to prepare for these changes. How do you think that is going to affect today's game?
Again, we got 1 hour. We got 1 hour to figure it out. We never had any experience with those guys with the routes on the outside. Like mine was a wide out that got an upgrade. I don't know what he's capable of until we get in there. We got 1 hour, and you're gonna figure it out on the fly. And if there's some interceptions thrown, then there's gonna be some interceptions thrown. But you might be in for a good show with John Ross on the outside.
There you go. All right, and last one for you. Yep. So this is a rematch, obviously. Jets and Eagles. We've seen this before, but the difference is now is the flashback players. They've been changed. You went from I believe it was Revis? Yeah, Revis to Vic. So how is that going to change you on offense and defense, not having that superstar corner, but now having Vic who can run as opposed to Benny who couldn't really get out the pocket very much?
It's completely different. Everything on the offensive side of the ball is different. What's up? Oh, mic closer? What do I do with my hands? It's completely different. Revis was a shutdown corner, and you could rely upon him. You had guys coming in with 99 wideouts, and I didn't sweat. This season, it's completely night and day. Those cornerbacks are like 78, 79 overall. So what we're trying to do is send a little bit more blitz, send more guys, get them guys to the quarterback before he can even look up. And with some of the experienced guys in the league, it didn't work at all. You're one of them. It didn't work. But no, on the defense, we have it's good. We have a good pass rush. You know what I mean? So I'm banking on that, and it has been the whole season. There's no secret to that. On the offensive side of the ball, having Michael Vick, it is the Madden king. You know what I mean? You get to do anything and everything that you want, and it's on the fly. You can scramble out. You can run up the middle. I mean, options galore. So couldn't do that with Benny. Benny was a pocket passer. It was a lot more darting, on the dot. He was and it was money. But as far as rolling out, you didn't see a whole lot. So there's more options with Vic, but you can also get yourself into trouble with that too. And that's trying to do too much in the pocket or scramble out and the ball come out or something like that. So I honestly believe with Vic, you have to be more alert. You know, whereas Benny, you were one dimensional. I got to throw this ball. You know, now it's like I can run, I can pass. Which one do I do? And if you choose the wrong one, you could get burned.
Yeah, you could. We've seen that. All right, and yeah, let's take a look at the stats now that we're talking about them. Let's see. All right, and there you go. Thank you for your interview.
Thanks, man.
Good luck in your game. All right, let's get Neil. All right, and we're back. All right, second interview. Welcome, Neil. Welcome.
Thank you.
So let's just jump right into it. I asked Kyle the same question. I'll ask you the same thing. Franchise, it was down. How did you practice? Could you do any kind of practice? I mean, what was different about it?
Well, as far as practicing is concerned, I mean, it's hard to practice when you don't have your team, when you don't have the configuration that you've built throughout the whole season. But you still do it anyways. You still get out there and get used to the controls and don't get rusty.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do a whole lot of that because I mean, as you see these videos that we've got here, I spent most of my time making those. I got to practice one time last night with Kyle in preparation for if franchise wasn't going to be live today.
There you go.
So that was the extent of it, but I feel pretty good about it.
That's good. Some practice is better than no practice. All right. We were just talking about this with Kyle. He has the human joystick. Michael Vick. He can hurt you anywhere, passing from inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He can run with it on rollouts. Like it, literally anything can happen. So what are you going to do to try and stop Michael Vick?
Well, I find that putting up a spy for Michael Vick is pretty effective because he scrambles so much.
Okay.
So there's going to be a spy pretty often to make sure that when he goes for that run, somebody's there to stop him.
Okay.
You know, I've got my pretty heavy D-line there for the pass rush, so it's going to keep him on his toes. But you know, it's not going to be able to stop him if he decides to run on the outside. So we'll have a spy up for him to make sure that he stays to a minimum gain every play.
Okay. Speaking of that D-line, you went from, flashback player-wise, you went from Terrell Owens to Reggie White. How, with this superstar pass rush being between Fletcher Cox and Reggie White, but not having that superstar wide receiver in T.O., how has that changed your team?
Well, I still have some pretty good receivers. I've got Nelson Aguilar. I've got Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, they're fantastic. Deshaun Jackson as well. I mean, I can't complain about how well.
Yeah.
Ertz, yes, he's a good all-around player. I mean, he's a good blocker. He's tall, so he'll catch those balls. But I'm not too worried about the wide receiver crew.
Okay.
Losing T.O. was definitely not any kind of huge loss to the line.
Okay.
But you know, T.O. was quick. He could do those slants, and I mean, he was very reliable in the red zone. But I think with the addition of having Jordan Howard there to get the ball into the end zone instead of having that my famous Y stick slant with T.O., it'll still get the job done, hopefully.
That's good. Speaking of Howard, just this week when we rolled it, he picked up his X Factor. I believe it was Wrecking Ball. So you have a new X Factor on offense in Jordan Howard. Do you think that's going to change your game plan at all, or is it pretty much just going to stay the same?
Well, you know, for a while there, when he first got his superstar status, he had the I can't remember what it was called, bulldozer. It was you know, better animations for trucking, which I used quite a lot against the CPU, and it worked really well. But whenever I was using against players, he just got stuffed every time and fumbled a lot. So I started I started just juking more with him rather than trucking. But I might try it out to see how much more effective it is.
go.
But we'll see.
All right, cool. And I believe that concludes it for our interviews. So, oh, that's right. We need some stats. Let's see what you got. All right, and I believe that's it. It's time for us to play some football. Let's get this Super Bowl done. Competitors, shake hands. May the best team win. Nothing but love back here. All right. Let's go.
Test, test. Yeah, we're good. Now, Mike Ox, the one The one right there is the second one down. That's the one you're gonna turn it unread.
That's not what's on screen.
There you go. There you go, Mike.
Alright, good to go.
Cool. Alright.
However, looks like that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
good.
That is my name because you know this back.
Always. I didn't read about
The ball next to the capture card.
Sorry, folks. We're gonna have to restart this stream. Our capture card is locked.
working.
Be right back.
Alright.
Stop streaming.